Hi everyone, welcome to Aries season and welcome to spring. Today I'll be doing 3 general readings for Aries energy. Feel free to choose 1, 2, or all 3 of the readings, and I will be linking the timestamp below in the description. So if you want to go straight to a particular reading, just click on that timestamp and it'll take you right to your reading. The first reading, reading number 1, is going to be Smoky Quartz. Group number 1 is Smoky Quartz. The second reading, group number 2, is Black Moonstone. Group number 2, Black Moonstone. And group number 3 is Garnet. So group number 3 is Garnet. So take a few moments, center yourself, and choose whichever reading speaks to you. And I'll be back with your reading shortly. All right, group number 1, this is your reading, Smoky Quartz reading, number 1. So Spirit, today we're dealing with Aries energy. And if we could get some messages for what situation Aries is dealing with at the present. 1 or 2 cards, please. What situation is Aries dealing with right now? Okay, so we got the 3 of Swords. Group number 1, apparently you're dealing with some heartache or some sorrow or some grief or sadness. That is evidently predominantly on your mind right now. So let's see what else we can find out about this energy. So Spirit, can you give us some messages about what unconscious factor is influencing this situation for Aries right now? What unconscious factor is influencing this situation right now? Okay, so the next card that we got is the 10 of Wands. So this says that you're carrying a very heavy burden, or someone is placing a burden on you that maybe you're not aware of. It could be that someone is blaming you for something and you don't realize that, and you are getting the fallout from that. It could be that someone is not doing their share of the work and kind of leaving it up to you to pick up the slack. So that could definitely be contributing to this sense of sorrow, this sense of sadness. You might be feeling kind of overwhelmed. You might be feeling like you don't have time for yourself right now because of this extra burden that you're taking on. So Spirit, could you give us some messages on what factor that's already in the awareness of Aries for group 1 is affecting this situation? What other factor that they're already familiar with is affecting this situation? Okay, so the next card that we got is the Devil. So it could be that you are aware more than you're willing to let on, that this other individual is affecting you the way that they are. Or it could be that perhaps you have a bad habit of letting people dump things on you. There's definitely something here that needs to change, whether it be this other person or other situation that is putting a lot of burden on you, and you are not willing to own up to the fact that that's happening and take some steps to rectify that situation. Or it could be that perhaps you have got some sort of a bad habit or an addiction, or just kind of allowing yourself to be mistreated. And so this card says you already know that, but you're just not doing anything about it. This is kind of a self-imposed limitation. So this extra burden that you've got and this heartache that you've got, you have a hand in the situation, which also means that you can turn it around. So, you know, while this card, sometimes the Devil card often looks foreboding and scary, it is kind of a self-imposed limitation, and you do have power over this. So you can turn this situation around. So, Spirit, what action should Group 1 take to have the best outcome for this situation? What action should they be taking right now to help their situation? Okay, so the card that we got for the action that needs to be taken right now is the Tower, which means that this situation that's been built up, it's a pretty big situation. I mean, we've got some pretty big cards here. It's really affecting you, and perhaps has been affecting you for quite some time, or it might be something that has just recently come up, but it's really strongly affecting you. So this card is saying that even though it feels really scary, this situation has got to collapse. It's got to go away. It's not going to be clean. It's not going to be tidy. It's not going to be easy. But this just can't stand up anymore. You can't stand up under the pressure of whatever the situation is. You need to let it go. And by doing so, you're going to clear out a lot of weight and instability that's in your life right now. So the Tower card is telling you that it's best if you kind of let this situation fall away. Maybe you have been kind of hanging on to things and hoping that they're going to get better. This card is saying they're not going to get better. It's going to get worse. And if you decide to cling to this situation, you might go down with it. So, Spirit, can you tell us what will be the probable or potential outcome of this situation for Aries Group 1? What's the probable or potential outcome of this situation for Aries in Group 1? Okay, wonderful. The Hierophant is what we got here. So this is saying that, you know, once you let this situation go, once you stop believing that you're stuck, because you're not, it just looks like you are. And once you kind of let go of some of this burden and heartache, you're going to learn a tremendous lesson that is going to be very enlightening. It's going to be heart-lifting. It's going to be something that's just going to stick with you for the rest of your life. It's just going to be like a real aha moment, and it's going to feel really, really good. So let's get a little bit more clarification on some of these cards here. Let's go back to the situation and see if, Spirit, can you give us some more clarification on the Three of Swords, please? Okay, clarification on the Three of Swords. All right, so we got the 10 and the 7 of Wands. So again, you're kind of fighting a battle that either it's not really clear to you, but I suspect more so than that, it's kind of futile. You're battling against high odds that you may not succeed. However, you do have high ground on this. So basically, you do have an advantage because you have you have some perspective on what's going on, and B, you can step away from this and be out from under all of the turmoil that's going on if you choose to do it. If you want to pick up this burden and move it away. We got the 10 of Wands before here saying that, you know, there's a heavy burden that you're carrying. Again, this is saying that you're carrying a really heavy burden, but this card is saying, you know, you don't have to continue to fight that battle. You can step away from it. And in fact, in addition to that card and these two cards, we got the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is basically saying that you could have a really great outcome with this. You could, by letting go of this burden, you're clearing away a lot of the energetic heaviness that is in this situation and bringing to you much more material abundance and wealth, and just stability, fulfillment. So, you know, by letting go of this burden and by stepping back from these futile battles that you're trying to stick with, you're trying to hang on to just in the off chance or in the hope that it's going to turn around on its own, you know, take this wherever it needs to go and drop it, let it go. And then this will be the outcome of that. This will be really a much better ending to this situation, or a turn that the situation is going to take for the better. So Spirit, can you give us some additional clarification on the Ten of Wands over here, please? The unconscious factor that is influencing the situation, so that maybe group one will have a little more clarity about that. Okay, so so the cards that we got are the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is basically saying you probably should examine the situation more closely. Step back from it, see if you can gain some perspective on it, and really kind of meditate on what's going on with this whole thing. Get a better understanding of it so that you've got a place to kind of launch from that will be a more solid base for you. I mean, I feel like right now that this burden is something that you're not really entirely sure of what's going on, or you have just, you know, you've refused to take a look at what is the true situation here. So this might be saying take some time and not only consider it more and think about it more and understand it more, but it's also saying heal from this. You know, step back from the situation. If this is something that you've been just fighting, and I feel like it has been, because this card came out with to clarify the situation here, that you've really been fighting with this and it's just seemed like it's kind of futile, and you're still carrying this heavy burden that you've had all the way along. It's just not working. So I think this card is saying, you know, step back, gain some strength, gain some perspective. And then the other card that we got is the Page of Wands. So then you can take some new, fresh action to try and turn the situation around. The Page of Wands is very optimistic. An individual who has good ideas and will put them into play in a new and fresh sort of a way. So by gaining this perspective, by getting a little strength, by, you know, just feeling a little better about the situation, you can start out again with a much fresher perspective and seeing maybe a new side of things that will help you to move forward in this and to really take some action. This is also a card that's saying, you know, do take some action on this. Don't you know, once you've had a chance to kind of refresh yourself, then act on it. Take some action, but take some optimistic action, not confrontational, but definitely stand up for yourself in this situation. So, Spirit, could you give us some more clarification on the Devil card, the factor that's already in the awareness of Group 1? Clarify this for them. Okay, so the first card that we got is the Eight of Swords, and again, this is verifying that this situation is kind of your own making. You feel like you're stuck, but really you are you're believing that you're stuck, and so you are stuck because of that. But really, all you need to do is take off the blindfold and step away. And you have the power to do that. You're not, there's nothing there's no one holding you here. You've just kind of put yourself in this situation. And I shouldn't say you've put yourself in this situation, because maybe you haven't, and certainly you probably haven't, because most people wouldn't do that, but you're allowing yourself to be in this situation. So, you know, the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, are saying that you need to get some solid footing. You need to get some peace in your heart, just some good solid fulfillment in your soul, and get get steady and get some self-esteem, some, if you need that, some belief in yourself that you can do this. The page is a youthful energy, so kind of, again, setting out on a new tack for this whole situation, starting fresh. And then the page the Knight of Pentacles is a very protective card. Oftentimes the knights rush out and they fight a battle, but this knight does not typically do that. He will fight for you if he is challenged, but he's not going to be the one to start a fight. So this card might be saying, that you are protected. You have the strength that you need to defend yourself, or this could be an individual who's going to come and help you, who's going to come to your aid, and help you through this situation. The Page of Pentacles could also be saying that there may be a couple of people, someone who is young and optimistic and keeps your spirits up, and someone who's gonna back your play and say, whatever situation it is that you're dealing with, if that situation gets up in your face, then this may be a person who's going to say, no, I'm not going to allow it. I'm going to stand by you, and I'm going to help you through this situation. So the other card that we got is the Three of Cups. And so this is kind of almost clarifying that this is actually a couple of people here that may be going to be in your corner and going to be helping you, and they're going to stick with you till the outcome of this, when there's going to be a good outcome, and you guys are going to be able to celebrate this together. So it looks like you do have some help in this, but you have to get over this self-imposed situation that you're stuck, because you're not. You're just allowing yourself to be stuck, and you've got help. And employing this help is going to result in a very good outcome for you, where things are going to be a lot happier. So Spirit, can you give us some more clarification, please, on the Tower card, the action for Group 1 to take with regard to this situation? Well, it doesn't get much clearer than that. We got the Tower again. So all you can do is just get out of this situation. Just get out of it. Don't wait. Don't expect it to get any better. It's not. Just get out. Take the action. Do whatever you need to do. Just, the situation is not good for you. It's not going to get better. You just need to leave it. So that was pretty clear. Spirit, if you could please give us some clarification on the Hierophant, the outcome of this situation for Group 1, please. Clarification on the Hierophant. Okay. So we got the Death card. The Death card is a card of new beginnings, letting something that does not serve you fall away. And so in this position, this card is again clarifying and verifying that there is going to be just a tremendous, beautiful new beginning for you. Having the Hierophant and the Death card come up together. This is going to be life-changing. This is going to be something that takes you to a new level, just entirely. This is going to change your life. You're going to start over again in a beautiful new place where you have gained incredible wisdom and fulfillment. So that is absolutely wonderful. And then the third card that we got, and by the way, these are all major arcana in this outcome. So this is going to be life-changing for you. This is the Temperance card, and the Temperance is saying that you're going to be much calmer once you go through this. You're going to be less extreme. You're going to be able to handle things better. You're going to, it's just going to be a really beautiful place for you. A beautiful place that just makes you a whole new person. A whole new person that people are going to come to. They're going to want your advice. They're going to want your teachings. They're going to just seek you out. But you've got to get rid of this situation, whatever this is now, that is building up, and you're allowing yourself to be harmed by it. And as soon as you get rid of that situation, let it go, drop it. Your outlook is absolutely amazing. Amazing. So don't wait. Call in this help that you have here. Excuse me. Call in these helpers. Call in these, you know, if these are not helpers, they're characteristics. Call in this good, solid, strong, protective energy that you have. Get ready to celebrate once you can let this self-imposed situation, or the self-imposed stuckness in this situation. I'm not saying that you've made this situation, but you are allowing yourself to remain in this situation. So let the situation go, get out of it, move on, and it's going to be just an amazing, wonderful outcome for you. So let's take a look at the oracle card that I pulled ahead of time, see what you got here. Okay, so the oracle card, excuse me, is storm warning. And I'm going to read from the book what this says, but to me, this is looking like just verifying the Tower card, saying, you know, there's a storm coming, and it's going to change a lot of things. So let's see what the book has to say about that. This, by the way, is the energy oracle cards. So storm warning says, this card indicates a potential difficulty either in the external world or within yourself and your emotional life. The difficulty is coming closer, and you may have already heard rumblings of potential problems around you. The caution here is to be conscious yet not fearful. Consider what's going on and look at the situation with calm clarity. Investigate your options and honor yourself and your intentions. Stand up for yourself and take action on your own behalf. As with all difficulty, even the worst storm passes. Always remember you have the power and the wisdom to handle whatever may come your way. So again, you know, this is saying what, as we know, there's, you know, this stormy situation coming. You know, it's saying step back, take stock, and then let the storm pass. Let the storm go. Don't hang on to it. And then sunny skies will come afterwards for you. So beautiful reading, Aries. I wish you all the best. And if this reading resonated with you, I would love to hear in the comments. Click the like button, subscribe to my channel, click the bell button if you want to get notification when new videos go up. But I am so thankful that you're here. Thank you so much. All right, group 2, this is your reading. Black Moonstone, group 2. And this is a general reading for Aries. So, Aries group 2. Spirit, can you give us 1 or 2 messages on what is the situation that Aries is dealing with right now in group 2? what is the situation that Aries is dealing with right now for group 2? Okay, we got the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Cups. So it looks like right now, Aries, you've got some really pretty good energy going on. Ace of Swords is you may be beginning a new project or a new phase in your life. Not so much a relationship, although the Queen of Cups might indicate that there is a relationship, but I feel like this is more maybe a work relationship or a business venture. Ace of Swords might be talking about needing to make a decision that is going to point your life in a particular direction. The Queen of Cups is just an energy that is very comfortable. So I feel like whatever this decision is that you have to make, you're pretty comfortable with it. And that if it involves another individual, that individual is someone that you feel very comfortable with. You enjoy spending time with them. You know, it looks like this might be a good venture. However, you know, if this is a close friend that you really enjoy their company, sometimes it's not great to mix business with friendship. You know, I think that there might be some caution needed here if this is some sort of a business venture that you're thinking about going into with this person. You know, make sure that you're compatible in business, because if the business goes under, you know, you don't want to lose the friendship as well. But maybe that just needs to be stated up front. You know, if this doesn't work out, we are going to cut the ties and with the business and still be friends. But, you know, because this individual is perhaps such a comfortable individual to be around, it might work out great. So I feel like that's kind of the energy that you're dealing with right now. You're trying to make a decision about something that involves perhaps another person that you're very close with, possibly in a business venture, possibly it has to do with, yeah, I'm seeing mostly business venture. So let's go with that for now. And so, Spirit, if you could give us a message, 1 or 2 cards, please, on what is an unconscious factor that is influencing this situation for Aries Group 2 right now. Okay, the 9 of Wands. Got the 9 of Wands. So I feel like there is maybe some bit of some trepidation or some uncertainty surrounding this that is kind of slowing down the process. Whatever this decision that needs to be made, I feel like perhaps there's been some past struggles that are just a little too close to what's going on now, that maybe are holding you back from making a decision on this. And I feel like I'm hearing that maybe you are reading this situation into the new situation, but they're not really connected. So I think that may be what this card is saying, that you've had a struggle in the past that was a similar issue. Perhaps you went into business with someone before that didn't work out, and it ended up, you know, making a rift between the individual or individuals that you were dealing with back then. But I think this card is saying that this is not the same situation, so try not to attach the same meaning to the current situation. So, Spirit, if you could give us some messages, 1 or 2 cards, please, on what factor that's already in the awareness of Aries is affecting this situation. A factor that's already in their awareness, what is that is affecting the situation as well. Okay. So we got the 4 of Wands. And the Four of Wands is, it can be a card that talks about success and celebration, but it also can be a card of like making an announcement. So it could be that currently you are deciding whether or not to announce that, yes, we're going to do this, or actually to, step into this agreement. So that could be a factor that you're aware of. You're not just sure if you want to do that yet. You're not sure if you want to make this go public. You may be the only ones that are talking about this. And then the other card that we got is the Seven of Swords. And so the Seven of Swords is kind of saying that you've put yourself in a difficult position. So, there may be, perhaps there's another party involved. I'm kind of getting a feeling that there's another individual involved that you feel it might hurt their feelings if they're left out of this decision, whatever it is, or this union that you're thinking about forming. So you are unsure whether or not you want to make an announcement just yet. You're not sure how it's going to impact another individual. So you're kind of putting yourself into kind of a self-imposed, you're sort of restricting yourself because you're just not certain yet how this is going to play out. And so you're holding back from moving ahead or making any big decisions on this just yet because you're just not sure if it gets out there what is going to be the fallout. So I think that's what this is saying right now. Spirit, could we get a card or two on what action would be best for Aries to take right now? What is the best course of action for Aries to take right now with regard to this situation, please? Okay, so we got the High Priestess and the Ace of Cups. So this basically is saying you need to use your intuition, and the best way to tap into your intuition is through your emotions. So how do you feel about this decision? Do you feel like it's the right decision? Are you excited about doing it? Does it feel like it's just going to come easy and it's going to just be something great? Or do you feel like this is just going to shake things up and it is going to create friction, and that friction might go forward and cause things to be tough, in the future, or difficult to get them resolved right off the bat. So again, use your intuition, really feel into this decision and see how it feels to you. Does it feel exciting? Does it feel like, hey, this is just the right thing to do? This is going to be great. I love it. If so, you should do it. But if you're like, oh, geez, I just don't know if this is worth the, maybe there's going to be maybe there's a lot of fallout with another individual if they were to find out that this is something that you and another person are entering into together and leaving them out, or maybe there's an individual that fears ramifications with money if you were to enter into this venture. Maybe this is a partner of yours that you are concerned, they will be overly stressed if maybe this is a big shift for you, maybe this is a big change, and it's might be something that's a little risky at the start. So again, use your intuition. What does it feel like? Whichever way it feels, that's the right way to go. So Spirit, what might be the outcome of this situation for group 2, please? What might be the outcome? Okay. So we got the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands, and this doesn't really answer the question. The Two of Wands is kind of, again, saying, take your time, make a good decision, weigh all of the options, and don't jump into anything. But it's also saying that, you know, if you make the right decision, the world is your oyster. You have the potential for this to be something really beneficial for you, really fulfilling, really lucrative. But you need to take a good hard look and make a good decision. But if you make that good decision, it could open up a whole new world to you. So let's get some more clarification on these. Let's see, what deck do I want here? I think this one. Okay, so Spirit, can you give us some clarification, please, on the situation for Group 2? Clarification on the situation here for Group 2. Clarification on the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Cups, please. Okay. So the first card that we got is the Judgment card. And the Judgment card may be saying that this is something that's going to open up a whole new vista to you. It's going to potentially bring in everything that you have utilized in your past. It's kind of a card of karma, but it also can say that, you know, all of the things that you have gone through and all of the things that you have learned in your past can now be coming back to either help or hinder you at this point. But it can also be saying, you know, that you're going to get what you deserve. And so, you know, this could be saying that this is a decision, well, it is saying this is a decision that will change your life, change the outcome of your life. And the next card that we got is the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is a card of regrets. And I feel like rather than saying that this is going to be a decision that you regret, because then we got the Star card. And the Star card is the fulfillment of your dreams. And so I think this is saying that if you don't make this good decision, if you don't perhaps go forward with this, that you would regret it, because this could be the thing that fulfills your dreams. And again, you know, the Judgment card is about, you know, I think we're going back to this intuition in the action, or in the in the action card. You know, use your intuition on how your life has led up to this point. And so make a good decision, and it's going to change your life, and change your life for the better. And I feel like since this card talks about fulfilling your dreams, that probably that this is going to be a good thing for you to enter into. But make sure that you don't have any regrets before you do. You know, if you go into this with regrets, if you go into this thinking, oh, geez, I probably shouldn't have done that, this is, you know, just having really negative thoughts about the potential outcome of this, then it could backfire and actually cause you regrets going forward. So you know, make this decision, go into this without any regrets. So make a good decision up front, and then this could be the thing that turns your life around. Spirit, can we get some additional clarification on the Nine of Wands here, the unconscious factor that's influencing the situation? The Nine of Wands, clarification, please. Okay, so we got the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is basically about victory. So, you know, I think that this is saying that you can have, maybe you need to gain victory over your emotions or this past attachment here that we talked about, that maybe you are ruminating about something that happened in the past and it's just a little too similar to what's going on now. So I think you need to, you know, kind of win out over that energy. You need to conquer that energy and not let it take over the situation. The other card that we got is the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles talks about keeping things in balance when you're in a situation that's not very stable. So, you know, again, I think that this is talking about here, you're kind of imposing upon yourself maybe some thoughts about a past situation that's unbalancing you, that is making you maybe fret about the situation more than really is needed, more than really is necessary, because, you know, this card is saying that you you can gain victory over the situation, or you can gain mastery over the situation, and you are balancing the situation right now. It's just that you're kind of on unstable ground because you're allowing this past worry or regret to creep in. And you know, again, this is the position of an unconscious factor that you're really not aware of. So you may not even realize that this is coloring your perception of the current situation, or your decisions in the current situation. So don't allow yourself to get knocked off balance. Just go with being decisive, and that will lead you to a place that you can master those feelings and move forward without being held back or defeated by them. Okay, so Spirit, if you could give us some clarification on the Four of Wands and the Seven of Swords, please. The factor that's already in the awareness of Group 2 regarding this situation. Okay, so we got the Nine of Swords. So again, you are feeling like you are under a pretty heavy burden, and you're getting really stressed about it. You're allowing yourself to be really stressed about it. You're feeling like your hands are tied, and the situation is really kind of weighing down on you. And so you're really, also, we got the Seven of Wands. So yeah, this is also saying that you are kind of fighting against, you're fighting against something that is holding you back, that is stressing you out. But what you need to remember is that you do have a high position here. You do have a position of advantage, and your advantage being, you know, that you're familiar with the situation, and you do have the strength to do this, whatever this might be, to make this decision, to enter into this transaction, or you know, whatever the situation is. But you've got to stop fighting with yourself, basically, and not allow this to become really stressful on you. So again, we're kind of going back to just using your intuition, you know, rather than ruminating about the situation and worrying about every little aspect of it and playing it over and over and over and over again in your mind. You just need to go with what feels right. And I know that that's the case because the other card that we get is the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is like the ultimate fulfillment card. This is abundance in family, abundance in wealth, abundance in happiness. You know, this is just saying that you are stable and sturdy and fulfilled and happy. And, you know, this is kind of the it card. So, you know, again, here, this is talking about don't allow all of these self-imposed burdens and stresses to hold you back, because this is what could come of this situation if you enter into it without all of this extra baggage. So Spirit, could you give us some clarification on the action position for group 2, the Ace of Cups and the High Priestess, please? Clarification on the Ace of Cups and the High Priestess. Okay. All right. So we got the Lovers card. The Lovers may talk of a love relationship, but in this case, I think that this is more this union that maybe you are considering entering into with what is probably a good friend. And this is saying, do it. Yeah. Make this union. It's a good match. The other thing that the other card that we got is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a knight of, and he is a knight of action, but he's also a knight of victory. He's a knight of just feeling very full, and Cups again is speaking of intuition. This particular knight, you know, uses his intuition and he acts upon it. And so this is again saying, you know, use your intuition, see what feels right, and then act on it. And then the other card that we got is the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is sort of the run up to the Ten of Pentacles, which we got in the other position here. So the Nine of Pentacles is saying, fill up your abundance. You are, the Nine of Pentacles is kind of an abundance on more of a personal level. Things are looking bright for you. Things are fulfilling. Things are abundant. Things are working out for you. And then the Nine of Cups can be leading to this, the Nine of Pentacles can be leading to the Ten of Pentacles, which is sort of an overall abundance. So this is kind of, you know, this is kind of you're going to move into this success, which will then lead your entire life, your entire family, you know, whatever your situation is, into the success with you. So, Spirit, could we get clarification on the Two of Wands, please, in the outcome position? Two of Wands in the outcome position for group 2, please. Clarification. Okay. Okay, we've got maybe a little bit of a mix here of the possibilities. We have got the Five of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. So the Five of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, they are both cards of some sort of success or victory or just having things, basically, but they are sort of at the expense of the bigger picture. So the Five of Swords is kind of a victory over an enemy, and so, you know, on the one hand that looks good, but the others involved are left out in the cold and they are harmed by it. And then the Four of Pentacles is, you know, I've got this abundance coming in. I have this abundance. I've made this money. I've made this lifestyle for me. But you are becoming fearful of losing it. And so rather than allowing your abundance to flow in and out, you are holding on to it, which will ultimately stop the flow of abundance. So this, I think, is cautionary that, you know, don't become so focused on what you have and what you've acquired that you lose sight of the bigger picture. You lose sight of the others involved, or the, you know, the additional goodness that could come to you if you allow it to. But then the other cards that we got are the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is a card of it's a card of action, but it's also a card of making your own fortune, basically. You know, taking steps, taking action to become or to achieve, taking steps, taking action to achieve what you want to achieve. So, you know, this card is saying, you know, the outcome, I think it's saying that the outcome could go either way. You know, if you take the steps and you act upon your dreams and your desires. And again, we're kind of going back to the original card that we had here, the Two of Wands. You know, if you make a good decision and you act on that decision in a decisive manner, then the world is your oyster. And here again, you know, the Knight of Wands is also a card that can take action that will turn around his fortunes. And so the other two cards that we got are the King of Cups and the Hierophant. So these are both cards of great abundance, but they're abundance in sort of more of a fulfilled capacity. Not so much necessarily material abundance, although, you know, they can come about from a material abundance too. But these two cards are talking more about you are going to have more of a sense of fulfillment because of what this new situation, if you enter into it and you do it carefully, is going to bring about for you. You know, it could bring about a sense of that you have done something that's really good and important. You're going to learn maybe some very important lessons from it, or gain some wonderful wisdom, and just really feel fulfilled and happy, and such that you will bring other people into this relationship, and they will benefit from your having entered into this situation in a wise and thoughtful manner. So basically this has the potential to kind of transform your life and put you in a position where you are happy, and you are happy so much so that you bring happiness to other people around you as well. So there's that. So let's take a look at the oracle card that I pulled ahead of time from the energy oracle cards. Okay, so the oracle card that we got is anxiety. Anxiety, and I will read from the guidebook on this. But I feel like throughout this reading we've had kind of an undercurrent of anxiety here that may be holding back making this wise decision, and you know, talking about let the anxiety go, just feel into things with your gut. Don't overthink. Anxiety is predominantly brought about by thinking about a situation, by living a situation, or thinking about a potential bad outcome in your mind, not by the actual situation. So the guidebook says the woman in this card is filled with anxiety, worrying about something that causes her a great deal of discomfort. Receiving this card may indicate that you're experiencing a time of increasing stress, perhaps even a situation that you find yourself brooding about much of the time. However, if you'll notice the scene outside the window, the storm is distant and perhaps even moving away. Whatever is going on, this card is telling you to release the worry and let yourself relax. Brooding and fretting will never solve things, so trust in yourself and your process. When you live with a relaxed heart and mind, you're far more likely to receive the solutions that you seek. So again, let the fretting go from maybe this past situation here, or you know, feeling like you are putting yourself in a bad situation. Just feel into it, use your intuition, go with it. It's make a wise decision. Don't just jump into the situation, but it will bring about a great deal of happiness, perhaps even fulfill your dreams going forward. So there's the reading for you, group 2. I hope that resonated with you. If it did, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Click the like button, subscribe to my channel, click the bell button if you'd like to get notifications when new videos go up. But mostly, I'm just really, really glad you're here. And I really hope that this reading had some benefit for you. I wish you all the best, and thank you again. Hi Group 3, this is your reading today. We're doing a general reading for Aries, and so let's get started. So Spirit, could you please give us 1 or 2 cards, messages for Group 3 with regard to what situation are they going through right now? What situation are they dealing with right now? Group 3, the Garnet group. What situation are they dealing with right now? Okay, Group 3, you guys are on a roll. You got the 3 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So you are at a place in your life right now that things are really going smoothly for you. You're very happy. You've got maybe some new things in the works, a new direction that you're taking. Perhaps this could be new relationship or a new job or a new home, but probably not a home so much, because this is just sort of a starting out energy. Also, you are enjoying time with friends. You're supported. You are just enjoying yourself. So that is a really nice energy to start. So, Spirit, could you give us some 1 or 2 messages on the unconscious factor that is influencing the situation for Group 3 right now? What unconscious factor might be influencing their situation? Unconscious factor influencing the situation for Group 3. Okay, Group 3. The first card that we got is the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups really is kind of talking again about this energy of happiness that you've got going on here. This is, happiness is such that it's not just fleeting happiness. This is a happiness that is really fulfilling to you. It's really filling you up. It is very stable. So you may have a very stable friend group or relationship, or perhaps if this is a new relationship, it's going to be very stable and very fulfilling for you. And that could be because this is in the unconscious factor. So maybe if this is a new relationship right here, maybe you're not just sure how it's going to go. This card is saying that it's going to be good. It's going to be something that just feels like the real thing. And then the other card that we got is the King of Wands. And so the King of Wands is an individual who is really good at making things happen. They've got all of their stuff together. They know how to handle just about anything that might come their way. They're very talented. So this may be the individual that you are in this new relationship with. He could be, just a real go-getter. He's very likable, very gregarious. Everyone likes to be around him. And so this could be who this new energy is about. It could also be, if this could be you could be an individual who attracts this friend group here, this happiness. This could just kind of be your general state of being. You know how to handle things. You are just comfortable no matter where you are, no matter what crowd you're in. But I suspect that with this being in the unconscious situation, that this may be this new individual that you might be entering into a relationship with, or a new situation that you might be entering into. If this is a new job, the job could be very, very fulfilling and very rewarding for you. It could be a situation where it could be a job where you are really trusted to do whatever comes up to handle. And you are very likely perfectly capable of doing that. So it could be that this situation, if this is a job that you're entering into, that it will lead to a very lucrative position, a very fulfilling position, because it's going to be something that you feel really comfortable with. that you can handle with no problem, and it just comes easy to you. So that could be what that's talking about there. Spirit, if we could get 1 or 2 cards, please, on what factor that's already in the awareness of Aries Group 3 is affecting the situation. What factor that is already in their awareness is affecting the situation, please. Okay, so we got the Princess of Pentacles. So the Princess of Pentacles is I think saying if this is a relationship that this reading is talking about for you, the Princess of Pentacles is going to be someone who is happily moving forward into a family situation. It may not be like a traditional family situation necessarily. It could be, certainly, but this is someone who is, and this could be you, just moving into this relationship, and it could be wanting a family. It could be feeling like this is going to be a very fulfilling situation, a very abundant situation, just a safe situation, and not safe in the, not necessarily boring, but it's just something that makes you feel safe. It's something that makes you feel calm and comfortable and fulfilled. So that could be what factor that you're already aware of. Maybe this is what you're looking for. If this is a situation, if this reading is a situation that's a new job or position for you, you could be looking at this new position as something that's going to be long-term for you, and something that is going to provide for you the stability that you have wanted to have for some time. You may be entering a new position that is going to pay you better, that's going to have better benefits, that is just going to be something that fits better for you. So that could be what this energy is talking about here. So Spirit, if you could please give us some 1 or 2 messages with regard to what action is best for Group 3 to be taking right now. What action should Group 3 be taking? Okay, so we got the 10 of Wands. So the 10 of Wands is about carrying a heavy burden. So I think the action that you need to be taking right now is, I feel like this is saying don't take on more than you can handle. But, I find that maybe not the case, because both of these factors here are talking about you're quite able to handle whatever might be coming your way. So this might be saying that whatever situation you're entering into might be trying to put more on you than you really want to take on. Whether that is, in a relationship, maybe that individual is, bringing a lot of baggage with them. Or if it's a job, they might want you to be doing more than really is appropriate or even possible in the job. They might be wanting you to take over 2 or 3 positions as opposed to, doing a good job with one. So this card, I think, is saying don't take on an unnecessary burden in order to make all of this come about, because all of this energy is great and wonderful and happiness and fulfillment, but I think that this card is cautionary and saying, just because you see this coming and you can feel it and you know it and you're really happy about it, don't accept something, don't drop your boundaries just so that you can make this happen, because that's not what will end up happening if you do. If you end up taking on more than you should, more than is fair, it could really have a negative impact on this situation. So be careful of an extra burden that is not really yours. Don't allow that to be placed on you. Okay. So then, Spirit, if you could give us 1 or 2 messages with regard to what might be the outcome of this situation for Group 3. Okay. So we got the Three of Wands. And we got the Hermit. So I think that both of these cards are saying don't rush into this situation. The Three of Wands is kind of, you have some choices. You haven't really made a choice just yet. And the Hermit talks about kind of going inward and stepping back and taking some time to yourself. So I think that these cards are both saying, you know, don't rush into a situation. And that may be speaking to this burden here. This just might be saying, you know, don't accept this just because you don't want to let this slip through your hands. Take the time to really weigh the options. You are worth whatever the situation is. Obviously, it fits you very well. It is a perfect opportunity for you, whether it be a relationship or whether it be a job or whether it be something else. It seems like it's almost tailor-made for your happiness, so long as you don't accept something to be put on you that is unfair, is too much of a burden, and it's not yours to carry. So take some time to really look into the situation and consider all the alternatives, and then craft a solution or craft a plan. Know what your plan is, how it's going to optimize this situation for you and for everyone else involved. But definitely, you know, take some time to understand the situation and understand your place in the situation. Okay. So, Spirit, let's get some clarification here for group 3. Let's see here. I think this deck. Okay, so Spirit, could we have clarification, please, on the Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups cards, the situation? Clarification for group 3 on their situation, the Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups. This deck doesn't seem to want to play, so let's use a different one here. I think this one. Okay, so Spirit, clarification, please, on the situation, the Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups for group 3. Clarification on the situation for group 3. Okay, so we got a lot of cards here talking about some uncertainty, some perhaps deception, or not seeing a situation entirely clearly, and maybe some kind of self-imposed worries. So I think that this is saying that you may have some periodic doubts. I'm not saying that you're stressing all the time about this, but there might be some things that are cropping up that you're thinking, I don't know, is this too good to be true? Is there something that I'm not seeing? I don't know which way to go. I feel like I'm kind of trapped in this situation. But all of these things are sort of self-imposed, perhaps, or you know, I feel like in this situation that this in particular kind of talks about some self-imposed limitations, and this is not seeing the whole picture, or perhaps you're not looking at the whole picture, or you're thinking that you're not seeing the whole picture, making a decision blindly. But we also got the Page of Pentacles. And I think the Page of Pentacles is saying, you know, just ground yourself, center yourself. This situation is the start of something that is solid and good and new, and just going to be, again, we're kind of going back to that energy of this is the right thing, this is solid, this is the beginning of a life that's happy and comfortable, and just, you know, good family or a good success kind of a situation. So I think that these energies here are more your doubts about things. So, you know, the Page of Pentacles was the last card to come out that's covering the other two. And so this is, you know, basically saying that, yes, this is a good, solid situation. Don't doubt yourself about it. Don't overly worry about it. You know, just trust in the fact that this is a situation that's going to be happy for you. Let's see. Spirit, can we get some additional confirmation or some additional clarity on the unconscious factor situation here? The King of Wands and the Four of Cups, please. Some additional clarification on those cards for group 3. Okay. Okay, so now we got the Four of Swords, which again is talking about kind of going inward, doing some healing, doing some contemplation. You're feeling sort of under the gun, perhaps, or under the knife in this case. This card oftentimes talks about just stepping back and settling yourself, calming yourself, resting up, and before you make the next move. And the other card that we got is the Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords is can be sort of impulsive, but he has really a good head on his shoulders. He is quick-witted. He's quick-minded. He's clever. So I think that this is saying that, you know, even though it may take you a little stepping back, that you're going to make a good decision that is going to, again, set you off on a path of that's going to start something new. And so I think that going with what you think is right here, after you have had some time to kind of think things through, should be the right decision for you, should be the right move for you at this point. Spirit, I'm not entirely clear still on that. Can we get one more, or maybe another card or so on clarification for that? Okay, yes. Yeah. So we got the Sun card. So the Sun is saying, you know, you may not realize it, but going with this decision, whatever comes to your mind, and taking action. Again, we're back here to the action of the King of Wands, and we've got the Four of Cups, which is, you know, very solid happiness type of energy, and then the Sun is kind of like happiness to the next level. So go with your thoughts on this one. Go with the ideas that come to you that seem right, after you've given it some consideration, not stressing about it, not ruminating about it, but this energy here of the Page of Swords is about making a quick decision, but he makes good decisions. So by doing that, by trusting that, you're going, again, we're back to that place of just really good, a lot of happiness for you. So Spirit, if we could get some clarification, please, on the conscious factor, the Princess of Pentacles for group 3. Princess of Pentacles, clarification for group 3, please. Okay, so we got the Justice card and we got the Seven of Wands. So with these cards, this is basically saying that you have fought for where you are now, sometimes against the odds, but you have stuck with it. You have really done the work. You have not backed away. And now, now the scales are going to be balanced. Now you're going to get this benefit. You're going to get this reward. You're going to get to this place that you've been fighting for so long. And it's going to be this place of, you know, really happy, fulfilled, just content, kind of an abundant place for you. So, so Spirit, can we get some additional clarification on the action card here, the 10 of Wands for group 3? Sorry. Clarification on the 10 of Wands, please. Okay, so we got the Hermit card again. We'd gotten that up here in the outcome, and now we're getting it in the action. So, and we also had here with the 4 of Swords, we're getting a lot of messages to kind of take your time to really give this some deep thought, to really feel into this decision, to feel into this situation, to think about how you fit in with this situation, and you know, clarifying the 10 of Wands here, we talked about how this might be somebody expecting more of you than is fair. And so, you know, this card could be saying, stop and define some boundaries for you. Define what is fair for you, what you want out of this situation, how you feel about the situation. You know, don't let anyone else influence your decision on this if it doesn't feel right to you. Go in and see what is for you, not for everyone else, but just for you. And then we've got the 5 of Wands, which I feel like we may have had before. Oh, we got the 7 of Wands, yeah. So the 5 of Wands kind of talks about some chaos. And I think in this case, this is talking about maybe some inner conflict that you have, or some inner confusion. I feel like this may be saying that you're kind of you're kind of conflicted, possibly because of this situation. You know, that the rest of this is going along, and it's really looks like it's going to be such a great thing, but then all of a sudden something crops up that you don't feel like you should have to carry this burden. You don't feel like you should have to do whatever it is that whoever it is asking you to do, that you don't feel like it's fair. So it's causing you some kind of conflicted thoughts, and also some confusion. It may even be making you conflicted, well, and this is in the action position, so it may be making you conflicted as to whether or not you want to act, whether or not you want to stick with this situation. But we also got the Temperance card. So basically, yes, you do want to stick with the situation, but you have to make sure that everything is fair and moderate. Don't accept any sort of extremes, like if this burden that they're trying to put on you, if they're saying, you know, you have to do this, or you we won't enter into the situation with you. You won't be able to proceed or step into this situation. But you can moderate the situation. You can be calm in the situation, and you can say, no, here's what is acceptable to me, and I think it's fair, and it will be well received, because it will be fair, and it will be acceptable, and it will be appropriate. So you know, this you do want to you can enter into this situation even with this burden sort of looming, because you can put forward a better solution that will be acceptable to everyone. It will be kind of a middle ground perhaps, but it's definitely still holding your boundaries, and you have the capability to do that. So that's a great way for you to proceed in this situation, and do proceed in this situation. So Spirit, if we could get, please, some clarification on the outcome of the situation, the Hermit and the Three of Wands, please, for group 3. Okay, guys, it doesn't get much better than this. We got the Strength card. You have the strength to do this. You have the inner strength to make this into just a wonderful situation. It is like, it's all you here. You are going to step up and you're going to say, hey, look, this is what's fair. This is what feels right. And this is what makes me happy. And this is what we're going to do. You've got the strength to do that. And so you can do that. And then we got the Hierophant, which is a card of, you know, great wisdom and great lessons and a great teacher and great guidance and basically kind of a higher power. So by stepping into this position, by using your strength, you're going to elevate yourself to a place that is more fulfilling and more wise than where you have been in the past, and where you certainly have the potential to be. And we also got the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is saying you've done the hard work. You have done the hard work. And so the outcome is going to be that you're going to reap great benefits from this. This is great abundance. This is you know, you're on your way. And then the last card that we got is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is that woman who can handle just about anything. She can put everyone at ease. She can do whatever needs to get done, and she does it in such a way that it seems effortless. So, you know, this is going to be the outcome of going through all of this. You're going to, again, I think we saw this at the beginning of the reading, you know, that you're going to be this just really comfortable and at ease and lovable and loved individual. And so whatever this, you know, the situation is, there's this, it seems like there's this one roadblock here, but it is a roadblock that you can overcome easily. Use some consideration, take your time, and then, you know, step up and say, you know, this is what we're going to do. And people will appreciate you for doing that. And it will end up turning the situation, not necessarily turning it around, because it doesn't need to be turned around. It just needs to be a little bit of a compromise. And so by making that compromise, by making this modification, whatever the situation is, it's going to actually blossom into something even better for you. So there you go. There's that, Aries. Let's take a look at the oracle card that I drew from the energy oracle cards. And the oracle card that you got is the Thinking Man. The Thinking Man. And so let me read from the guidebook and see what the Thinking Man is telling us. This card shows a man standing before an archway, gazing at a crystal in his hand. He is a thoughtful and reflective man, presenting the potential presence of a teacher in your life now or about to arrive soon. This person may be there to educate you in the finer details of your chosen direction, or may be there to assist you in some specific spiritual, mental, or emotional pursuits. The card is telling you to pay attention, for this could lead to great strides in personal or professional growth. This man may also be a love interest coming your way, or perhaps just a new male friend, but be on the lookout for this guide in the physical world and be open to his information. Learn what you can. A new discipline, technique, course of study, or healing practice could change your life forever. So I think that this works in with, the possibilities of this reaction, of this reading. If this is talking about a love interest, this could be that individual here who will not only be, a mate for you, a love interest for you, but also someone who teaches you as you move ahead in life. This could actually be, if this is a new job situation, this could be some sort of a mentor who you are going to be working with or working for, will teach you great things, all of which is going to lead either way to, this fulfillment here at the end. So, be open to learning, be open to people coming into your life who are going to offer you, that education or that mentoring or the teaching and enriching you. Don't turn away from that. Be grateful, be accepting, and that will ultimately lead you to a place of even greater abundance for you than perhaps you ever thought possible. So there's that reading for you, group 3. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Click the like button, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell button if you'd like to get notifications when new videos go up. But regardless of all that, I am greatly, greatly appreciative of you being here. And I wish you all the very, very best. Thank you for being here.